Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, COVID-19 pandemic creates setback for hundreds of Dominicans who now have to wait indefinitely to complete their sustainable livelihoods projects. Dominica among OECS countries affected by the FAA's downgrading of the region's Civil Aviation Authority, and CARICOM targets June for resumption of intra-regional travel. The details coming up.
Avec Flow, animateur on top up, sign up, quittez yo, every video join Flow. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Si ou ni maladie HIV et bien maladie sexuelle, si ou pas protéger corps là ou sexe avec plusieurs monde, ça kay mette la vie ou en gros danger. Ou ka expose tout partenaire au poison et que tant ki ka vini avec maladie. Servi yo condom chaque fois ou ka ni sexe. Changer qui est important pour découvrir maladie à bonheur ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Pour responsabilité, protéger corps et puis les autres. Examiner corps. Aider du bout si même maladie HIV et l'autre maladie sexuelle.
When you feel a sneeze or a cough coming, covering your mouth prevents the spread of germs. You probably knew that. But the way you cover up also matters, and that means breaking a habit you've held near and dear all your life. Cover your nose and mouth with your flexed elbow or a tissue, not your hands. Discard the used tissue immediately. Then wash your hands. Help stop the spread of germs. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
A message by the Health Promotion Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment, Dominica.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Away $40,000 in cash, oh, yeah. 2 bags of money plus a grand every Friday.
With Flow is better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch to Flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you want to win cash galore.
With Flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? Yeah. From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
First up in the news, hundreds of Dominicans will now have to wait indefinitely to complete their sustainable livelihoods projects, which in turn will delay their income earning capacity. Andrea Louis explains.
The project, funded by the Maria Holder Memorial Trust, started in 2019 and targets adults from all over the country in developing skills to become self-employed or work for establishments. coordinator of the West Dominica Children's Federation, WDCF, which is overseeing this project, says numerous trainings were undertaken but halted due to the COVID-19 outbreak on island.
We have training in sewing, plumbing, tiling, small engine repair, small-scale agriculture, the organic agriculture route. And we have been doing that in various communities from Granby, Maho, Massac, Bales. We have the chainsaw training we've done the first component of in the Bales area, which we were very pleased with. We had a number of women completing the chainsaw training, and we have 3 groups of women completing sewing, which include Newtown and environs, and we had St. Joseph, and we had the Yampis community.
More than 300 people registered for these programs, with plans to do more such empowerment projects so that a greater number of Dominicans develop skill sets from which they can earn an income.
The target was just about 300 people for the total of the trainings. We have done more than the 300 because a lot of the training components were oversubscribed. So we had more people than we expected, and also we're being asked at the end of the trainings for more and more of the training. So what else? The people in the communities want to know, what else are you going to do with us or bring to our community? Because they're very excited about the different components of the training.
Recognizing the importance and benefits of such programs, the WDCF coordinator laments the fact that such sessions cannot be held online.
It cannot be done online. It is hands-on experience. Especially the chainsaw is very hands-on. The agriculture is very hands-on. You have to have your hands doing it. It's not something that you can do online. It's not just a theoretical thing where you could stand up in front of class. Because a lot of the trainings that we do, the people we cater for is people in the community who are unemployed or underemployed. And so they're not people who maybe have access to computers and internet at home. Maybe they might have data on their phone.
The WDCF vows to continue these projects to completion whenever it is deemed safe to do so.
Over 100 vulnerable individuals in and around the city of Roseau have benefited from an initiative of the Adult Education Division. The division, which caters to the continued education of adults in the country, had its operations halted due to COVID-19. Director of the division, Nadia Pinard, says in light of the lockdown measures, staff took it upon themselves to assist the less fortunate in society by providing lunch to approximately 100 vulnerable people.
We decided to just play our part. We have asked friends. Our ministry, which is the Ministry of Governance, has donated supplies, and we're going to, for 100, we have 100 lunches available to less fortunate, especially the homeless. We have lists from the Gender Bureau, some families who are in need, so we're going to bring the lunches to them. And then just this, and we intend to bring it to Portsmouth and Kalinago territory and wherever we see it fit. So most of our donations were from friends, like I said. Some of my staff just sent WhatsApp messages to friends, and we just get people bringing in meat and supplies to us, and our ministry played the bigger picture.
Pinard says this initiative will be held in other parts of the country as long as the wider society continues to show support for such a venture. She believes this type of assistance is useful for those who have lost jobs and have no other means of supporting themselves or their families.
I know when a child is hungry, it's not easy. And I know this time of the month where people really don't have. Sometimes month end, you use all the money, and that's really... So we just said during the mid-month, we'll try to see how we can just... Everybody is so sad and lonely and miserable. Imagine being in a house where you don't have anything to eat, and you cannot go roaming, no jobs, some people have nothing, no money. So we just felt like it's a time to just give. We have the ability to give, why not give to somebody in need?
Dominica is among OECS countries impacted by the Federal Aviation Association's downgrading of the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority. According to the Daily Observer, last week the FAA said it was downgrading the authority yet again because it does not comply with International Civil Aviation Organization safety standards. The lower Category 2 rating also covers Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. OACS government heads are trying to get the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority reclassified to its former Category 1 rating. Several decisions were made following a recent meeting chaired by Prime Minister Gaston Brown. The ECCAA has, however, denied claims that its policies call into question the safety and security of the region's airports and airlines, and said that the outstanding matters were regulatory issues which heads of government seemed keen on rectifying promptly. Of the 14 key recommendations outlined by the FAA, the ECCAA said it had been able to quickly address and implement 11 of them. The authority stated in a press statement the remaining 3 suggestions required legislative changes from each member state and, although underway, were not yet completed at the time of this recent assessment. It also noted that this change in status will not affect the day-to-day running of regional airports and airlines. The meeting mandated that the OACS Commission serve as the implementing body on these matters to ensure that resolution is timely and government heads are continuously informed on the progress. ECCAA member states have also agreed to settle all arrears to the institution and to keep payments current. In addition, government heads have committed to move expeditiously to resolve other outstanding regulatory issues as outlined by the FAA assessment. CARICOM is looking to June for the opening of intra-regional travel. Grenada's Cabinet Minister with responsibility for CARICOM, Oliver Joseph, says the plan is for CARICOM member states to open external borders for regional travel only and not international air traffic for the first phase of reopening borders, which are tentatively set for June 2020. Joseph says what we are discussing is to first allow regional travel, that is, travel within the islands, such as travel between Grenada and Trinidad. We are not looking at having international carriers come into the island yet. Last week, Joseph chaired the 50th meeting of the Council for Trade and Economic Development. During the virtual meeting, the COTED approved a strategy for the reopening of economies in the Caribbean community. The council, made up of trade ministers, agreed to a framework centered on the development and adherence to defined metrics related to the COVID-19 virus, which will guide in the reopening process. You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
Giving away $30,000 in cash, 2 bags of money plus $1,000 every Friday.
We're flowing better every day, and now we're making parties great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch the flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you want to win cash galore.
We flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? From flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
When you feel a sneeze or a cough coming, covering your mouth prevents the spread of germs. You probably knew that. But the way you cover up also matters, and that means breaking a habit you've held near and dear all your life. Cover your nose and mouth with your flexed elbow or a tissue, not your hands. Discard the used tissue immediately. Then wash your hands. Help stop the spread of germs. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
A message by the Health Promotion Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment, Dominica.
Avec Flow, gagnez l'argent, on partit l'argent avec Flow. Gagnez l'argent, on gros sac d'argent. C'est juste ça pour gagner un gros sac finish when flow. It only gets better with flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Les moun ki ni TB estene e ben tout se, moun ki en bonne santé oli wen ka respire se vermine la. Moun ki pa ni bon tempérament, kon sa ki ni maladie HIV, alcool, ka fume, ti mamay e grand moun, bien sensible pour ces maladies ça là. Moun ki ka tousse ni pou prendre précaution le yo en parmi moun en place publique, couvert bouche ou le ka estene ka tousse. Visiter docteur e ben place santé yo. Fini tout traitement yo ba ou sa joine guérison et puis maladie TB. En responsabilité ou aider du bout si men maladie TB et HIV, protéger corps et les autres.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Thank you for staying with us. Several charitable institutions around the island have received a donation of seedlings from the Ministry of Agriculture, and Joel Louis explains.
This formed a part of the ministry's backyard gardening program to promote affordable vegetables to Dominicans to incorporate into their diets. The distribution of seedlings to individuals began a few weeks ago, and on Friday, institutions which provide care for the less fortunate received seedlings and tools to help with their backyard gardens. Director of Agriculture, Ricky Brumant, says the varieties of seedlings prepared will be useful to the dietary needs of these populations.
We have prepared up to 20 varieties of seedlings. So from sweet pepper, seasoning pepper, kale, cabbages, chive, tomatoes, cucumbers, melons. It's quite a bit. And so we believe that this mix will certainly do well for our plates, and especially for people who are most vulnerable given the underlying conditions for COVID-19.
Chances in Jimmet, Operation Youthquake, Maho Home for Senior Citizens, and the Dominica Infirmary were among the institutions which received seedlings and tools on Friday.
We've had our kitchen garden, as we call it, for about 4 years now, and we've been supplying our kitchen with our herbal seasonings as well as smaller produce, our carrots and cabbages, and some of our seedlings come from you guys, and even some of our composting come from you, and as well as during the Christmas time you support us with food supplies. And so today is no exception, and we're really happy that you can partner with us in that way, and we're hoping that in the future we can continue to work as we continue at the infirmary to improve on our garden and improve on our use of the land as much as possible.
The Director of Agriculture says to date the production of seedlings for the backyard gardening project has been impressive.
We have produced upwards of 115,000 plants, and when you calculate that into what they can offer to the backyard, that is quite a bit of food. And so we have quite a bit of people coming in getting plants from all walks of life, but we've never forgotten the vulnerable. We hope that the program will continue post COVID-19. It is our intention, particularly again for vulnerable groups and for certain households, to continue producing plants from our own plants, meaning from our facilities for the country.
And the Ministry of Education in Antigua and Barbuda make provision for fifth formers to return to school next week. Antigua and Barbuda's Director of Education, Claire Brown, has announced the provisions being implemented in secondary schools ahead of their scheduled reopening on Monday. Provisions include cleaning of school plants, ensuring adequate water supply, inspection by health officials, and installing extra hand washing stations. He added that the first few days will be for teachers to prepare for the return of fifth form students to prepare for CXC exams slated for July 2020. Other forms will continue to utilize e-learning platforms. While citing the importance of best practices, the director stressed that social distancing guidelines will apply. Students will be completing SBAs and preparing for CXC exams, which will mainly take the form of multiple choice questions.
Avec flow, gagnez l'argent, on partit l'argent avec flow. Gagnez l'argent, on gros sac l'argent. C'est juste ça pour gagner un gros sac l'argent avec flow. And mettez on top up, sign up, quittez yo, et venez joindre flow. It only gets better with flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Si ou ni maladie HIV et bien maladie sexuelle, si ou pas protéger corps là ou kane sexe avec plusieurs monde, ça kay mette la vie ou en gros danger. Ou ka exposer tout partenaire au poison et que ça qui ka vini avec maladie. Servez yon condom chaque fois ou kane sexe. Changer qui est important pour découvrir maladie à bonheur ou ça vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Pour responsabilité, protéger corps et puis les autres. Examiner corps. Aider du bout si même maladie HIV et l'autre maladie sexuelle.
When you feel a sneeze or a cough coming, covering your mouth prevents the spread of germs. You probably knew that. But the way you cover up also matters, and that means breaking a habit you've held near and dear all your life. Cover your nose and mouth with your flexed elbow or a tissue, not your hands. Discard the used tissue immediately. Then wash your hands. Help stop the spread of germs. Remember, your health is your responsibility.
A message by the Health Promotion Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment, Dominica.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Away $30,000 in cash, 2 bags of money plus a grand every Friday.
We're flowing better every day, and now we're making Fridays great. That's 3 ways that you can play. So listen up.
Top up.
$10 or more.
Sign up.
Just switch to Flow.
Get a plan.
1 gig or more. If you wanna win cash galore.
We flow.
Win a bag of money.
Cash out.
Get a bag of money. What you gonna do with a bag of money? From Flow.
So top up, get a plan, or switch now to win. It only gets better with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. COVID-19 pandemic creates a setback for hundreds who now have to wait indefinitely to complete their sustainable livelihoods projects. Dominica among OECS countries affected by the FAA's downgrading of the region's Civil Aviation Authority, and CARICOM targets June for the resumption of intra-regional travel. You may access the news on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend.